Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. All right, man. Um, as we're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania, man, I really got to. I got everything set for WrestleMania. I just gotta get one last thing. It's pretty important too, so I better get that going. All right, man. So, before we get to Monday Night Raw, there's a couple of things, cool things going. I do want to talk about the picks for the Royal Rumble winners. Before we do that, on Monday Night Raw tonight, you have a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. You got Roxanne Perez, who, I mean, is she full time yet? On the main roster, she's still somewhat of an NXT star. She's going up against Raquel Rodriguez. Man, when it comes to that match, I guess it would make it could go either way, right? If you want Roxanne to blow up a little bit, because some of these NXT stars have a little bit of trouble, I would, have her go over. Depending on what your plans are with Roxanne Perez. Now, there was talks that Roxanne and Liv Morgan are going to go tag team. So if that is true, then yeah, just um, have Roxanne Perez go over. That way, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan can go tag team, right? If not, I mean, putting a powerhouse like Raquel Rodriguez in the Elimination Chamber would be cool to see, but I mean, she's not gonna win, right? You also have Penta tonight going up against Pete Dunne. This whole shtick that's going on with Pete Dunne and his name, and it's like, yeah, in all reality, I like Butch better. Butch to me is much better than Pete Dunne. To me, Pete Dunne, I'm kind of like, I mean, I remember when his name was Pete Dunne, but I don't know. That name sounds kind of whack, man. I don't know if maybe it's more of a cultural thing, but I was just kind of like, Butch sounds pretty badass, man. Where Pete Dunne, I'm just kind of like, eh, all right, I guess, whatever. But I mean, he's going to be a jobber tonight, for Penta. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder because right now Penta, he's still in the honeymoon stage. I'm starting to wonder who's going to be the first one to beat Penta. I wonder that. He can't win forever, right? He's still kind of everybody's still kind of at awe, like, oh man, Penta. But at some point, he's gonna have to lose. I remember when Tatanka first came to the WWE, WWF at that time, right? And he had not lost. And it was like it was cool to see because he could wrestle. His character was pretty cool. He was like Native American and with the feathers and all that stuff. And um, it was like he had not lost in a long time, man. Or not a long time. He hadn't lost. Not that he hadn't lost in a long time, no, but he just hadn't lost. And then one day he lost, and I remember that day vividly. He lost to Lou Big Borga. He hit him with a chair, and Lou Big Borga gets down on his knee and he puts one finger, like his index finger. He's on like one finger, and he puts his finger onto Tonka's chest, and the referee counts 1, 2, 3. Tatanka losing for the very first time. So I wonder who's gonna be the first one to beat Penta. It's not gonna be tonight on Monday Night Raw. It's for damn sure not gonna be Pete Dunne slash Butch. He should go back to Butch. Or you know what? I'll tell you guys this. If he's gonna remain as Pete Dunne, then keep him as a jobber. Keep him as a jobber. I think he's a pretty good wrestler. I don't think he's over. I don't think really much people really even care about him. But if his name is gonna be Pete Dunne, keep him as a jobber. If you want him to move up a little bit, get change his name back to Butch, man. It's a lot cooler. All right, you got the phenomenal AJ Styles going in against Dirty Dom. Okay, let's talk about this one for a little bit. Now, this is a good match. I don't care how you feel about Dirty Dom or what you think about Dirty Dom. The kid can throw down. Oh, that kid can throw down in the ring. Yes, he can. AJ Styles, one of the best in ring performers to ever lace up the boots, baby. Dirty Dom is a damn good wrestler. And to me, I'm like, okay, what are the plans for both of these guys at WrestleMania, right? Like, what is Dirty Dom gonna do? I always kind of thought of it like, you know what, man? Dirty Dom, you've never beat your old man one on one. You faced him at WrestleMania 39, he beat you. Then you faced him at WrestleMania 40 in a tag team match. But you never got one over on your old man one on one. I'm thinking, what I wanted, right? What I wanted was for them to start building, and there's still plenty of time for them to build. If this is the route they're going to go, I got no idea. For Dirty Dom, because he's stepped away from his father, and Rey Mysterio's doing his own thing, Dirty Dom's doing his own thing, and I'll tell you what, man. In all reality, Dirty Dom is in a heck of a lot better storylines than Rey Mysterio is. I just being honest. Rey Mysterio, I'm not even really sure what's going on with them too much. Like it's like okay, cool, yeah, he's a legend, right? As they got him in the Hall of Fame, the greatest luchador ever globally. But right now, I mean, honestly, man, I think Dirty Dom's storylines are a lot better. And I was kind of hoping that they would go down the route of Dirty Dom versus Rey Mysterio one on one. But this time, Dominic wins cleanly over his dad. Old Lion versus Young Lion. I do wonder how long Ray is gonna stay. Um, I wonder how long he's gonna keep on doing this, man. What's up, Esa Benny? But that's what I wanted. But if that's not the way it's gonna go, then AJ Styles versus Dominic. I mean, that's a WrestleMania match, man. You're gonna use it tonight. If it doesn't go down the way I'm talking about, father versus son, then have this match go for WrestleMania. Dominic is still 11. Damn. Punk ass 11. But yeah, man. So we got Styles versus Dirty Dom tonight. And then you got the qualifying match. for the Elimination Chamber. You got Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. Um, I mean, it would only make sense for Monday Night Rollins to win this match. I does anybody look? Does anybody really care what's going on with the Judgment Day anymore? I mean, it's still somewhat interesting to a certain degree, but come on, man, let's be honest. The Judgment Day has kind of fallen off. I'm not that invested in what the Judgment Day is doing anymore. I mean, outside of Dominic and Liv Morgan, I mean, I don't know, man. Finn Balor, like, yeah, I mean, Finn Balor, he could throw down. I don't really care too much for him, but hey, look, he's over. People like him. I think he makes a pretty good heel. The faction of Judgment Day to me is just kind of like it's really lost some steam. Damian Priest is gone. Mommy is gone. So they added Carlito and JD McDonough. Like I what? But that faction, man, has really like it's really fallen off. At least for me, I don't know, man. Maybe you guys are still all up in the mix of Judgment Day and want to see what they got going. But at least for me, I'm just kind of like, man, you know, it's decent. I don't want to say it's horrible. I'm like, it's decent. It's there, but do I care much? Especially the way I used to once upon a time. No, nah, not really. But Finn Balor, if he wins the match tonight, which man, that's not really the way to go. Then it just be like kind of like okay, he's not gonna win the chamber, that's for sure. At least if you get Seth Rollins in there, there's a possibility of like saying, hey, Seth Rollins could win the whole damn thing because that's believable. That's believable. Finn Balor winning this match tonight, advancing to the Elimination Chamber, is not believable. Who's believing that he will win and headline WrestleMania? Like, well, I don't know headline, but he'll definitely be going after Cody Rhodes. Like, what? So you definitely got to go Rollins. All right, man. Let's let's get into the picks. All right. So we now know that Jey Uso picked Gunther, all right, aka Walter. All right. Okay. Man, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. Damn it, man. So we're getting this match again. And the problem, okay, there's a few problems that I have with this. All right. One is we've seen this match. I believe this is the fourth time they're gonna go at it. They last went at it at Saturday night's main event, which wasn't too long ago. Now, between then to WrestleMania, there'll be a bigger chasm between the matches. As it stands right now, it doesn't seem like that match happened that long ago because it didn't. But fast forward to WrestleMania, then you could say, okay, maybe it wasn't as close anymore. They fought in the beginning of the year, right? Because there's more space between WrestleMania and Saturday night's main event. The best ever Gunther, or is it Walter, Benny? Is it Walter? But okay, so we've seen this match. This is like the fourth time they're going to go at it with each other. Okay, and second of all, isn't this predictable? Does anybody really believe that Gunther's going to beat Jey Uso? Are they really gonna have a fourth match with these guys and have Gunther win? Like I don't the outcome. Okay, it can be one or two things, right? Or maybe even possibly a little bit more. But let's stick with two things before we get to the others. All right. It could be one or two things. Either Gunther beats Jey Uso, which all right, just like all the other times. It almost seems like a wasted main event at WrestleMania. That's one way. And the other way is Jey Uso finally, right? Like The Rock finally, uh, finally beats Gunther and becomes champion. And that's predictable. That's predictable because this is like the fourth time they meet each other. He's always falling short, and now he gets to do it at WrestleMania. So damn predictable. Like, who are you surprising, homie? So it's just kind of like, like there's to me here, there's not really like a win. There's no win here for me. It's like Jey Uso won the championship. Cool, okay. We all saw it coming as soon as he picked Gunther. Had he picked Cody Rhodes, then I would have been like, ooh, that's interesting. See that right there. That's something we haven't seen, especially not at Saturday night's main event. It's not fresh in our minds. Heck, I'm trying to think. I don't know if they faced each other. I got no idea, to be honest with you. If they have, heck, it's not fresh in my mind. But the Gunther Jey Uso is. See, that would have been interesting. Oh man, does Jay? Jay has said that he will be champion this year. Does he get it off the American Nightmare? See, that's interesting right there. Babyface versus babyface. That's an interesting one. Not him versus Gunther. Like, okay, he won, and it's like, yeah, well, then what the heck else was gonna happen? You're gonna have Gunther beat him again? It's just a wasted WrestleMania main event championship match. Like, the hell is that? So there's two things. Let's talk about a few little options, side options that can happen. Because reality, there's actually no stipulations in this match. At least not yet. So can there be a disqualification? Can there be a count out? Like, man, you really don't want to do that at WrestleManias, right? Like that is a man. I mean, it can happen if you really want to throw a curveball. Gunther with the sweep. See, okay, Benny. I okay. All right, look, you can do that. Okay, you can, but then it's just a wasted championship match. Then it's like you could have really you had a chance to do something different and had Cody go over on Jey Uso, but see, it would have been different. It would have been something new. It would have been something fresh. It's WrestleMania, man. We're gonna recycle the same match. But all right, okay. So other little options. Can there be a disqualification? Look, man, that's damn. Though that's a rough one. Like I said, you can do that. You can do that. That's a rough one to happen at a championship match with the winner of the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania, have it end in disqualification or count out. That's a rough one. So can Jey Uso beat Gunther at WrestleMania but not get the title? Ooh, that's a curveball. But damn it, that is that is not the way you want to have a championship match, a main championship match, by the way. The person that won the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. Yeah, that's a rough way to go out, man. That's a rough way for that match to go out. You can do that and then have a rematch at Backlash. But gosh, that's a horrible. Gosh, man. That, like I said, that's a tough one, man. If you're gonna do that, I'm starting to wonder what night should that be? Should that be night one? Because if that's night one, that's probably the best way to go, so you can make it up on night two. However, night two, man, you might have people get all pissed off and start rioting in there. I'll be there, by the way. So it's like, gosh, man, I don't know if you really want to go down that route. But either way it goes, man. Either way, I hate that pick. I really do. He should have picked Cody Rhodes. It should have been Jay versus Cody. Unpredictable. Babyface versus babyface. Who knows what happens? That would have been great. But oh well. We're stuck with this match. Jey Uso is the little engine that could. It's so predictable. And even if he loses, it's like a wasted match. All right. Let's move on. Solo versus Cricket at WrestleMania. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm down. I'm down, man. Talk them into it. I'm down. All right. Let's get into the women's championship match. So we watched SmackDown, right? Which, by the way, I don't know if anybody has noticed, but SmackDown is actually longer than Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw last week was somewhere around 2.5 hours long, and SmackDown is still stuck at 3 hours, but it will be going back down to 2 hours come, I think, in June or shoot, what was it? Somewhere around there. Anyway, okay, so Tiffany Stratton has a championship match with Nia Jax. All right. She still has not beat Nia Jax 1, 2, 3 on a one-on-one match. So that's something to think about. She beat Nia Jax for the strap, for the title, by cashing in. All right. Here's the one-on-one match now. Nia Jax gets to run it back. And she gets disqualified because the old purple head Candice LeRae gets involved. All right. Tiffany Stratton, look, man, I'm a big fan of hers. Okay, I am. When she was still down at NXT, I made a video quite a while back. She had not hit the main roster yet. And I said, this girl is going to be the next big thing. She was still at NXT. And I said, when she gets called up, she's going to be the next big thing. And she will be champion. She will be top dog. I could see Tiffany Stratton still being a little green. I can. I'm not really talking about like botches and stuff like that. But even though you could nitpick a couple of things, but there's a few things when I watch some of her matches a little bit closely now because she is champion. I'm like, come on, girl. Come on. No, don't do that. Doesn't look right. You didn't sell it. You oversold it. That didn't look that clean, right? Still a little green, but she is champ. This is the way it had to go. Her versus Charlotte Flair. Now, here's the thing though. They need to fix some of this stuff because this can be built as a mega match. And I said it when they first were both in the ring together. When Charlotte went to Raw, had a promo with Rhea Ripley, then she goes to NXT, and then she goes to SmackDown, and she's in the ring face to face with Tiffany Stratton, and they blew it. Like, damn it, you had a chance there face to face. The promo was weak. It was weak. You gotta build this sucker up right. And I do not want these chicks laying a single finger on each other. Nothing at all. They should have zero contact until their match at WrestleMania. But now that she picked her, I liked what happened on SmackDown to a certain degree. Okay, Tiffany Stratton was like overselling it. She stood on the ground just like, leaning on her left side, just like, oh, like, okay, just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And then you look, and then I'm looking at the TV, and it's like you're looking like you're okay, but then you kind of, close your eyes a little bit, and then you kind of like, roll back and forth, see on your left side, and it's like, okay, you know what, Tiffy, just sit up. Just sit up, hold the back of your head with your right hand, and with your left hand, put it like on your ribs or something, like you're sitting up, you're looking at Charlotte, but you're injured, right? Like you can't get up. But just you on the ground for that long, just kind of like, like I'm discombobulated. And then your eyes open up, and it's like, oh, okay, all right, there it is. She's awake. She's gonna get up or something. And then she somewhat like squints her eyes a little bit again. It's like, come on, you getting me out of the story here. These ladies need to come out and cut one heck of a damn good promo. This can be a mega match. To me personally, just to me personally, the first women's main event, what was it, WrestleMania, I forgot, 33 or something, when it was the triple threat match with Charlotte, Rousey, and Becky Lynch. To me, that was catastrophe, man. That I was like, man. You know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. But in reality, and I had said this, I had said the first women's main event, they blew it. They blew it because it should have been the year before. I think I'm getting my WrestleMania is correct. I don't know, but I think it was WrestleMania 32 when it was Charlotte versus Asuka. That was when Asuka was undefeated. She had gone so long in NXT and so long on the main roster, not losing a match. That should have been the first women's main event right there. But instead, the following year they go ahead, they put these three broads together, and that was a sorry ass match. Now you have a chance to do it. And by the way, WrestleMania 39, was it 39? Ah, heck, I forgot. Well, anyway, look, um, you got a chance to have a mega women's match here. Not to say that Charlotte versus Rio wasn't, but again, you guys didn't build that up either. At least not to what it could be. This one, you can build it up to be that. But damn it, these promos are landing just a little bit flat, just a tiny bit flat. Charlotte being the veteran, she's getting a lot of backlash because like, oh, everything's handed to her. Good, lean into it. Lean into it. Plus, people were starting to like Tiffany Stratton anyway. So be the heel. Screw it. Just lean right into it. Who should win the match? Heck, I don't know. We'll get to it when we get to it. But this is the match that needs to take place at WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. They just got to build it right. They gotta build it right. Don't let these girls put hands on each other. Don't let these girls have any kind of contact. Every time they're face to face, have a little bit of space in between them. Let them have absolutely zero physical contact with one another and just build. Just build. Because this can turn into a mega match if you do it the right way. So at least I'm very excited for that match. And of course, we're going to get Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton teaming up together at Elimination Chamber against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. So much more going on, but Monday Night Raw is starting. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to tap up out of here. I'll be in and out throughout the week. And as we start inching away, I think we're about 9 weeks away from WrestleMania. So definitely getting closer, inching closer and closer to WrestleMania, baby, where legends are made. Total Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.